The Wally Show podcast is our daily radio show heard live through the WayFM app each morning and hosted by Wally, Gavin, and me, Betty Rock. For more fun, be sure to connect with us at wayfm.com/Wally.
The Wally Show podcast is brought to you by Colorado Christian University Online, where you can earn a degree online just like Betty Rock. You can learn more at ccu.edu/Wally. Things you didn't know you needed to know today. It's News-ish with Betty.
We've all been there. Around the holidays, you get that gift from someone and you don't know how to respond because it's something that you don't like. Sadly, I know this heartache recently because just the other day we gave out our Christmas presents to one another, and I gave mine to Wally. And this was the response that he had to give me.
Oh, we have audio. Oh, I did not see this coming.
What was this?
Are you complaining about my Christmas
Not at
present?
all. I love it. Thank you.
No.
You know what? I'll take it back and you won't get anything. I thought I did really good. I was proud of myself.
I have hated myself for the last couple days on this because she got us each the same gift, Gavin and I, and they were these Lego cars, and they're great. I love Legos. It's fun to build. But she gave us each the same candy, too. And I got hyper-focused on the candy. Like, why would you give us each the same candy? I don't understand that. And it took my focus off of the car, and I think I hurt her feelings, and I really did not mean to.
And there's really no recovery from
No,
it.
I mean,
I'll never let you live it down.
No, I've apologized so many times.
When I told my mom yesterday about how you responded, she was hurt
No.
as well because she was like, I thought we did so good.
was
And I
a
was like,
team
I know.
effort.
Anyways, so if you're in a situation like me where you find yourself giving something lovingly to someone that you care about, and
To an
they give you
ungrateful person.
to an ungrateful person, these are the reactions you need to look for. These are the responses that people will use. Oh, you shouldn't have, or oh, it's so unique, or
It was.
thank you for thinking of me. ... So I got one. Mine was the response that Wally gave me when he got the gift that he didn't like from me was just simple laughing.
Yeah, I
and
did.
questioning. Why would you do that?
Yeah, it wasn't that I didn't like the gift.
He
I
laughed and he questioned why I would do that.
handled it really, really poorly. Really poorly.
Anyways, on top of that, you can also look out for body language. So there are certain ways that people conduct themselves that'll give them away on how they feel about your gift. So let's say you hand them something that you thought was a good idea and they take it and they start avoiding eye contact.
Oh, yeah.
Then they change the tone of their voice, making it higher.
Oh, I love it.
Or
Yeah.
they keep talking too much about how great the gift looks. Then they're just trying to talk themselves into it.
Yeah. I was trying to go over and above after that to show her how much I appreciated the car, that the car was great. I'm like, look, here's the instructions. She's like, you're just going over and above to prove that you like something you don't
much.
like. I know, but I did like it.
It's fine.
You know what you should do next year, though, just to be ironic? Just get us both the same candy.
I should.
The
I
same
totally
gift.
should.
Yeah.
Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, back by popular demand. It's our best worst joke game. You have a chance to win a prize, but you have to do two things. One, sit in judgment of our jokes and tell us who of us has the best worst joke. And then two, tell us a joke, and if we cannot steal your punchline, you will win a prize. And as we each tell our jokes, if we steal somebody's punchline in the show, their joke is no longer up for contention. Now, Betty Rock, you have declared that I am going first.
I am, because typically you have so many picked out that you'll wait until you see how ours pan out and then you pick yours.
Yeah.
So if you go first, you can't do that.
Okay,
You can't cheat, in other words.
Okay, I'm going to go with this one. I was on the fence about 4 of them, so I'm going with...
Okay.
What do you call... These are all Christmas ones, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. What do you call a snowman with a six-pack?
An abdominal
Darn it!
snowman.
Darn it! Did you see my joke? Did you...
No, I was looking for my own Christmas joke, and that one was pretty high up there.
I know. I started to go farther down the list.
I know.
Did you see? Did
No,
you see this one?
You can't do that. You can't do that. You
No.
only have one joke. You can only have one joke.
I'll let you redeem yourself.
No, you cannot. No.
I'm
no,
out. I mean,
no,
I'm out, but I'm
no,
just saying,
No,
I wondered if you saw
no,
this one.
It doesn't matter. Let us do ours.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, mine. What's worse than a reindeer with a runny nose?
Oh, you know
A
this,
snowman
Gavin.
with a fever.
That was fast. You didn't even give us a second.
I gave you 30 seconds.
I didn't even hear the joke.
Yeah.
Well, that's your problem.
That
not mine.
was way uncool. Okay, Gavin.
Okay. Okay.
So did you get it? A snowman with the fever?
Yes.
Okay, good.
I don't get it. Okay. All right. Why do you never see Santa in a hospital?
Because he has private elf care.
See?
Yes!
That's the game.
And Gavin and I went to the same list, apparently.
But you just let her win.
I know, but still.
I win.
Oh, okay. So now that takes part one of this out. Now all you have to do is tell us a joke, and you, if we cannot steal your punchline, you will win a prize. But again, it's got to be a Christmas joke. What is the Grinch's least favorite band?
It's the Who's.
Yeah, see, he got it too. Like, I'm
Stop
so
it.
glad.
If we spend enough time,
Yeah.
there are only so many jokes.
Yeah, okay. Well, there you go. So if you want to play along right now for a prize, 855-33-WAY-FM. Betty Rock, the big winner today, apparently went to a different list than Gavin and I. Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. Lisa, welcome to the best worst joke. Now, your job got cut in half because Gavin and I both stole each other's punchlines. Apparently, we went to the same Christmas joke list. And so our jokes are out of contention, thereby making Betty Rock the winner with her joke. What was it again?
Okay, here's how it goes. What's worse than a reindeer with a runny nose? A snowman with a fever.
There you go. If you need a joke for a Christmas party or at school or something, there you go. Okay, so now here's the deal. You can win a prize right now, Lisa, but you have to tell us a joke, and if we cannot steal your punchline, you will win that prize. So what do you got?
What is it called when you go out to buy a piano this holiday?
When you go out to buy a piano this holiday.
I don't know.
All right, I think you've stumped us, Lisa. What do you got?
Christmas shopping.
Christmas chopping, like Chopin, maybe? Christmas Chopin?
Yes.
Chopin. Chopin. It's pronounced Chopin. He was a famous composer.
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Christmas Chopin.
Yeah, Christmas Chopin or Chopin. Yeah, Chopin.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You know what? Here's the thing. Doesn't have to be a great joke. You just have to stump us, and that's what you did. So congratulations, Lisa. You have stumped us, bewildered us, befuddled us,
I'm still confused.
but you're a winner today, and that's all that matters.
Yay! That's it. Yay.
And if you're at a Christmas party and someone says, tell us a joke, use Betty's. Uplifting Away FM, this is The Wally Show. Every Tuesday we go back in time with a little Time Capsule Tuesday. We each pick a favorite song from a specific year, and then you tell us who has the best taste in music and which song you would like to hear. Now, we're doing a little bit differently during Christmas. We're going back in time to just Christmas songs that we like and connect with us, and you tell us which one you want to hear more of. Do you guys mind if I kick it off today?
Yeah, go ahead.
The Casting Crowns has a song that I absolutely love. It's I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day.
Oh, it's very dramatic.
In despair, I bowed my head. There is no peace on earth, I said.
There's just something about the tone of this. His voice works perfectly with it. I really, really like this
The clip
song.
you pulled, too, is very depressing.
I know. I love depressing Christmas. Gavin's over here just, I need some joy in my life. All right, Gavin, what do you pick?
I'm going to go on to, a slightly happier, not more up-tempo per se, but I think it always puts me at peace. It's Mercy Me's version of Silent Night.
Oh.
With Amy Grant.
My truck got stuck.
What?
I'm out of luck. It sounds very
nice,
country.
Nice.
Had you
Very
ever sung
country.
that? Or is that on the spot?
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
I liked your version, actually.
It needs to be a parody song for sure. Well, there you go. That's Gavin's offering. If you like this, maybe this is the song you pick. Betty Rock, where are you going?
Well, if you're not feeling sad or country, I've got the hit for you. It's Francesca Battistelli's You're Here.
You're here. I'm holding you so near. I'm staring into the face
Yeah, this is good.
And her voice.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
It's like, it's the story of Mary looking at her son. And when I remember the first time she did this song years ago in the studio live, she just had a baby. And so she's singing with her baby on her lap this song. And her baby's like kind of cooing and
sweet.
like, oh my goodness, that was a moment. So yeah, I'm going to choke
So
up.
you're saying my song had a moment
Yeah.
where the other two didn't.
Well, Gavin's had a moment too, just not one we like. And mine is just a powerful moment, intensity. But who knows where you're at this Christmas? You tell us, what is the song that you want to hear right now on Way FM for this Christmas? So here we go. We got Silent Night, Amy Grant and Mercy Me Gavins, Francesca Battistelli, You're Here, that's Betty Rocks, and I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, Casting Crowns, that is mine. So where do you want to go? 855-33 Way FM is the number. That's 855-33 Way FM. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. Kelly, welcome to Time Capsule Tuesday, the Christmas edition, where we're picking our favorite Christmas songs, and you have to tell us who has the best taste in Christmas music and which song you would like to hear. Now, you've heard the hooks. You had I Heard the Bells on Christmas Day, Casting Crowns. That was mine. Silent Night with Mercy Me and Amy Grant, a country version of that. That was Gavin's. And You're Here by Francesca Battistelli. That was Betty Lou's. So where are you going to go?
I like You're Here by Francesca.
Good decision, Kelly. Great decision, because to me, that's the clear winner. Why did you choose it, though?
I actually saw her in concert while she was pregnant the first time. So when you said that about the recording with her baby.
Oh, yeah, I was talking about how, like, one of the first times she did that song, she did it live here in the studio with her newborn baby on her lap. And it was like, it took a powerful song and made it even more powerful.
But you're here. You're here.
I was like, oh, yeah, I remember when I had my child and how emotional that was at that time because we had waited 10 years to have a child.
And now, believe it or not, Kelly, Francesca just had her 7th
That
kid.
is crazy.
She has 7 kids now.
She's the same age as Betty Lou.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, so for her, it's You're Here. You're here, you're here, you're here, you're here, you're here, you're here. There you go. 7 times. Well, Kelly, thank you so much for helping us out here today on Time Capsule Tuesday. So with that, it's Francesca Battistelli, You're Here. Betty Rock and Kelly's choice today.
Woo!
Hold on now, gotta take a deep breath. I don't know what to say when I look in your eyes. You made the world before I was born, but here I am holding you in my arms tonight.
Hey, Wally, do you have a minute?
Sorry, busy.
I have cake.
Oh, what do you need?
Yeah, see, that's a perfect example of even though we are busy, we make time for what's important.
Yeah, because going back to school as an adult, you're busy with work, you've got family, but if you want to make your education a priority, trust me, you can do it. Betty did.
Like when I first started, I was super intimidated because it had been a while since I've been in school. But I mean, from the very first conversation, I felt like they were setting me up for success.
Yeah, and going back to school with CCU's flexible online courses makes it so convenient.
Yeah, and what's so cool is every class has a biblical worldview perspective. And so you think, well, how can they turn math into a biblical worldview? They find a way.
Yeah, and that was one of my jobs when I was teaching at CCU, was integrating not just the facts and figures of things, but how your faith plays into what you're going to do.
CCU offers Christ-centered higher education, transforming students to impact the world with grace and truth.
Cultivate your mind without compromising your heart. Get started today at online.ccu.edu. Colorado Christian University is a non-profit impact partner. I know it's Christmas here on the Wally Show on Uplifting Way FM, but not all the news that happens to come out around this time is joyous. Sadly, there were 2 people killed and 6 others injured Monday after a 15-year-old girl opened fire in a private school in Madison, Wisconsin. And you're like, man, why does this keep happening? We'd had like a little bit of a lull, and then it comes back around. And the crazy part of the story is a 2nd grade student called 911. I can't even imagine having my 2nd grader, my daughter, like looking at her. I remember her in 2nd grade, and like the things that she had to deal with then is not what kids have to deal with now. I can't even imagine her making that call to 911.
It's
Fortunately,
heartbreaking.
she knew what to do.
Right.
But dadgummit, you shouldn't have to. And They said that it seems like the attack seemed to be a targeted attack. The shooter took her own life. The parents are cooperating right now, and they're not being charged with anything. But if you wrestle with these stories, you might want to check out a repost that Way Nation did of a blog I had written following another school shooting. Sadly, these things are still applicable as they're not one-offs, and they continue to take place. But it actually started with an email. I'll give you some of the highlights. It started with an email from someone who listened to the show, and they were wondering, how can these atrocities be God's plan? Because we always talk in Christian circles about God's plan, got a bigger plan. And that's hard. It gets sticky, and so I wanted to address this and where I landed on it. I'm not a pastor. I'm not a theologian. I'm just somebody who was trying to process things like this in the light of my own faith, and so it's like, why does God allow people to suffer, so that he could be glorified? And I think the concept is true, but the terminology is the problem. Like, I do believe that God can use tragedy to draw people closer to him, which ultimately supersedes our comfort. But at the same time, I would never tell a grieving mother or family who just lost a child that truth. There's a time and place for everything, and we should be sensitive to the situation before we recklessly decide to dispense what we feel is true, And so I would err on the side of hurting people that time to find God's goodness on their own inside of that and in their own time. Because these things, man, they're like algebra to me. I will never understand how you can combine letters and numbers to solve some sort of problem, but somehow it works. And so whether I understand it or not, I'm learning that when there are these things that are outside of my grasp, like senseless violence or, innocent people being murdered, I have to lean on Philippians 4:7 and pray for peace, where I do not understand something. God, give me your peace in the middle of this. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now on this. And if you want to check out the whole thing, if you're kind of reeling from this, or you maybe want to get some more insight into a way that you can discuss this with your kids, today, because they'll have questions about this stuff because they don't live in a vacuum. It's there, and so maybe this will help you out. It's very simple.
Yeah, just text the word READ to 91979. That's READ, READ, to 91979, and we will send you a link.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show. And when you get married, before God and your family, you make vows to love, honor, cherish, all those good things. But sometimes along the way, you might have been married for, say, 33 years, and your spouse surprises you and breaks a vow.
What?
Yeah, my wife broke a wedding vow recently. We were at a Christmas gathering, and we were at a hotel, and we were staying there, and we're all in this hospitality suite and playing games, and all of a sudden, this alarm goes off. Oh, this is new. I've never been in a hotel and had to evacuate before. It was crazy because they're like, this is an emergency. Please move to the exits. Do not use the elevators. Oh. And so I've never been in that place before. And so me and one of the other dads that were there, we kind of like, should we go? The
alarm is off. And they're telling you to evacuate. Yes, you go.
And we literally were like, it's probably a false alarm. Yeah. And so I'm like, we're debating it. My wife is already grabbed her purse, some snacks for the road, and is halfway out the door. I'm like, where are you going? We're still talking about if we're going to evacuate or not. She's like, I don't know about you guys. I'm leaving.
She's on her own.
I know. And so I'm like, okay, well, just a minute. And so me and this other dad continue to talk, and we're like, well, we probably should go. You don't want to be that person in the Twin Towers that didn't go. And so, I'm serious. That's how I would go. Because I don't listen to warnings. I don't like to be controlled. And so
That's no sense.
I know, right? And so I acquiesced to my wife's need for safety. And I said, okay, I'm going to run get my laptop out of our room real quick because I don't want to lose that if this is a real deal. And so I'll meet you here and we'll go down. And so my daughter also went and got her laptop and her stuffed Mickey Mouse that she's had since she was born.
I get that.
I love that she's so carrying this thing out. So the two of us meet back up in the lobby.
She's 26, by the way.
Yeah, exactly. We meet back in the hallway, and I'm like, have you seen your mother? And I'm like, I can't find her anywhere. I'm starting to get worried about her.
Because you're concerned. You want her to get out.
Absolutely. So I said, hey, have you seen Marty? And they're like, oh, yeah, she headed down the stairs a while ago. What? I'm like, are you kidding me? So I'm calling Marty. I'm like, D, where are you? And she's like, I think I'm on the 3rd floor. What in the world? I'm still on 7. Like, where did you go? She's like, I told you I was leaving.
She left you high and dry.
Yeah, for better or for worse, sickness and in health. If she just broke that vow, she was gone.
And it wasn't just you either. It was her daughter
Yes!
as well.
Yes, you never leave a man behind. She does not adhere to that. She left everyone behind. I have a feeling she probably pushed some people down the stairs. It's crazy. And so she gets to the 3rd floor, and then they're like, oh, okay, so it's not a thing. It's a false alarm. You guys can all go back up. Mm-hmm. Oh, we had a discussion when she got back up. I'm like, are you kidding me, lady? Like,
Bless her.
I always pictured us going together, you know?
She's like, funny, I didn't.
Yeah.
You have a life insurance policy, right?
That was it. I think she had texted. I need to look at her phone log. I think she texted our insurance agent on floor 3. All right, so here's what I want to talk about. What is the time a spouse broke a vow for you, okay? But not like a serious vow, like, cheating, all that stuff. Like the more comical vows or a way that you think they looked out for themselves or betrayed you. Betrayed is a good word. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. We'll take your call on this right now. That broken vow, 855-33-WAY-FM. So what is that vow your husband broke?
My husband, I was very pregnant, straightening up around the house, leaned over to pick up what I thought was a tiny plastic snake of my son's, but it was not. It was a real baby snake that came in after all the rain. And my husband would not leave work and drive home an hour to come get the tiny baby snake out of the house.
Well, first when you said he won't leave work, I'm like, oh, I don't know. But then when you factored in drive home an hour, yeah, I understand that 100%.
His wife
and
is
she said
pregnant.
baby snake.
It doesn't matter. The only good snake is a dead snake, and Katie was in need. She's carrying his child and taking care of his other child.
Did you describe it to him?
It was a tiny little garter. I mean, it literally was probably 4 inches long. It was tiny.
Yeah, I'm not leaving an hour's drive for that. No way.
And he said, you get the broom. He said, sweep it in the dustpan and throw it out the door. And that's what I did. But I was very offended that he would not leave work. I had told him, thou shalt kill all the bugs after we were married.
What did your husband do?
Okay, so my number one biggest fear is airplanes. I've always been petrified of them, and he knew that, but we had to fly from Michigan to North Carolina for a wedding. So we get to the airport, I'm fine, we get on the airplane, and I just start panicking. I'm scared of everything. I've got my newborn baby, he's there. I'm crying and screaming, and midway through the flight attendant's like, ma'am, this kind of stuff can get you banned from flying. I was like, I don't care. Ban me right now. I will gladly get off this flight.
Wow.
So I was ready to get off the flight. So we get to the airport. Everything's fine. The plane landed. We were alive. I was grateful. But then we had to go home, and the whole family's talking about how are we going to get her on this flight? Like, she's got to go home. So we were, we went and grabbed a bite to eat inside the airport and got some drinks. I don't drink alcohol, so I just, had a soda. But I started getting really sleepy, and I wasn't really for sure why. And all I remember is waking up and seeing clouds, and then waking up in a car. So once we got home and everything, they decided to tell me that my husband had the bright idea to put his aunt's dog anxiety medication in my drink.
Your husband drugged you with dog anxiety medication?
That is brilliant.
Yeah, he did. It worked because apparently I was having the greatest time on the flight. I don't recall any of it.
Rachel, will you be doing this same thing the next time you fly?
I will never fly again. I don't even know how anybody didn't notice. I don't recall walking.
They weekend at Bernie's you and got you on the flight. She was getting out of that building.
Well, I might be the problem. My sweet husband was putting away decorations about 6 years ago into the attic and didn't have quite the ladder in the right spot, knocked the ladder over, and fell out of the attic, breaking his elbow.
Oh, that's painful.
Yes, I started laughing. In fact, I can't even tell the story without laughing today.
Yeah.
And I can't help him. I think Colin's funny. He's on the floor.
I would love to judge you on this, but my wife does the same thing. Anytime I get hurt, she just uncontrollably laughs, and she keeps telling me year after year, oh, it's just a nervous thing. I'm so nervous that it makes me laugh. After she left me in that hotel, I'm thinking there's a diabolical part to both her and you.
Yes, I get her.
Well, Sarah, we appreciate you being on the show with us today. Thank you.
Yes, have a Merry Christmas.
News-ish is one part news and one part ish.
This is what I use. I don't use my brain. I use my mouth.
It's right there in the title. It's The Wally Show.
What you got, Gavin?
Christmas is a season full of traditions. I grew up doing chocolate fondue while decorating the tree. Then we would
that's
do
nice.
gingerbread houses. Love it. But I found this list of Christmas traditions based on a poll that people think we should kick to the curb. So I figure I'd go through a few of these. We can go either keep it or kick it.
Okay,
So
I like it.
We'll start off with sending Christmas cards.
Kick it.
Kick it. I mean,
I say kick it.
It seems like an old-fashioned thing. Like people, like if I get one, I look at it, I'm like, oh, that's cute, and then throw it away.
I do like looking at the ones to see how people have changed over the years and see if I look better. So I'm like, I do like it for that.
But the holidays are not about comparing.
Not at all. But I don't like it because my wife used to put so much pressure to send them. I'd have to come up with the idea. I'd have to come up with the photo. I'd have to come up with the saying. She would then do all the addressing, which was fine. But yeah,
easy part?
Yeah, but then she finally was like, yeah, we're not doing this anymore. I'm like, yes, best day of my Christmas life.
Yes.
Okay, so that's a consensus. The next one was ugly Christmas sweaters. I would say everyone in this room is wearing a Christmas sweater. I don't think anyone's wearing
not ugly. Betty's is the most unusual.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's a Dateline one, so it's got Keith Morrison on it. It's fantastic. I would say no. I enjoyed that.
I think it's a once a year thing, and honestly, it's like a one time in the season. Like you don't
Sure.
wear your ugly Christmas sweater 3 days a week.
You don't go to 4 ugly Christmas sweater contests.
time.
Yeah, you do it once at the office or at a party. So yeah, I would keep it.
Okay, this is I don't know why this is even on this list. This is the last one. Gift giving.
What? That's dumb.
Why
No,
do
I'm okay
people-
with that.
What?
Kick it. Yeah, there's too much pressure that goes
That's what
into
Thanksgiving is
Okay.
for. You get family and no gifts.
Can you give us back the stuff we gave
No,
you
no, I
yesterday?
can't do that.
Yeah.
I can't do that per se. I would say let's kick the giving, and I will keep the give.
Oh yeah, that's Betty Rock style right there. I have one that in my family as we're blending a new family with my daughter getting married. His family, they do their Christmas presents at 12:01 Christmas Eve night. They stay up till
Really?
midnight and they open all their gifts. That's when I got a kick.
That
Like
sounds
when
exhausting.
like when Spencer comes over, it'll be Christmas morning at my house.
Yeah.
Like we're not doing
We're
it until
getting
then.
some sleep.
Exactly. So there you go. Keep it or kick it. I love that, Gavin. Thank you. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show, and one of the most fun parts of Christmas is giving gifts and seeing the joy on somebody's face when you have gotten them the perfect gift. But sometimes the reaction doesn't meet with the expectation that you had set up in your mind.
And that's the case for me recently. I will try and get through this without crying.
Or making someone feel too bad.
But the other day,
Not concerned about that.
the other day, we exchanged gifts here on the Wally Show, and I gave my gift to Gavin and Wally. Now, I had given them the same present, which consisted of their favorite candy and a Lego car that they can put together, okay? I was so excited because typically, I mean, guys are just hard to buy for. They want expensive things. And this I thought was perfect because it's based off of a show that they really like. They both like. They love this type of candy. I give it to Gavin, and Gavin's like, yeah.
It pays to be first.
Yeah,
in
it does
this
help.
scenario.
Yeah.
Then I
does
give
help.
it to Wally.
Yeah.
And this was his reaction. Are
Andy
you
too.
complaining about my Christmas
Not at
present?
all. I love it. Thank you. I said thank you.
No.
You know
I
what?
opened-
I'll take it back and you won't get anything. I thought I did really good. I was
you
proud
did.
of myself.
No.
But that was after you laughed at it and then asked me why I gave you what I gave you.
Yeah, that was. I was
It
confused.
hurt, sir.
I know. I was confused.
I was hoping for a happy reaction,
know what I've
one
done,
that
though?
says gratitude, but instead I was humiliated. And honestly, it's still fresh.
Do you know what I've done? Is I've given you a gift. because you get to keep bringing this up and keep making me feel bad.
Which I think brings you joy.
Yeah, exactly.
I love it.
Not only this Christmas, but I guarantee you this is a gift that'll keep giving next Christmas and the Christmas after and the Christmas after.
Oh, yeah. When he doesn't give me my way, I'll just be like, well, you remember that time you hurt my feelings?
I know. I did. I felt so bad. I was so thrown off. The car is great. I love the Lego car. I can't wait to build it.
You can't make up for it now.
I know, but the candy threw me off. Like, why would you get us the same candy?
You both love the same candy.
I know, but I couldn't get my head around that part. I would have gotten.
See, this is making it hurt all over again.
Okay, so let's talk about this. All right, what was the time that you gave a gift and you didn't get the reaction that you wanted? You might have given someone a car, and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to give my daughter this car. She walks out there, a big bow on it, and she's like, it's red. I wanted white, or something like that. I would love to hear the stories of you not getting that reaction.
Ungrateful people in your life that you gave a gift to.
Maybe a good-hearted person that was confused by the gift. I don't know. 855-33-WAY-FM is the number. That's 855-33-WAY-FM. We'll take yours now. So, Christy, what was the time that you didn't get the reaction you wanted out of gift?
So my father-in-law, who is very much like an outdoorsy person, one year got all of our nieces and nephews BB guns for Christmas. And my little niece started instantly crying the moment she opened it, saying, this is for boys.
I get that. As a little girl, you see things very black and white.
Yeah. Christy, what did your father-in-law say?
I think everybody just started laughing and then trying to tell her how cool it was and that it could be for boys or girls.
Yeah. I remember being in 3rd grade. I'll never forget this. I mean, that's a long time ago. But we did a gift exchange at school, and I got a bubble wand.
Oh, fun.
No, not fun. That's a girl gift. It's a total girl gift. And I remember, and I didn't help my case when I was like, this is a girl gift. As I said it through tears. And I'll never forget Miss Diamond being so nice and trying to comfort me as I'm crying over this bubble wand that I got. I'm still traumatized to this day by it. So I understand your little niece. Sadly, I do get her. What is the time you didn't get the reaction that you were hoping for?
So I can actually relate to Wally. For my 16th birthday, I didn't give the reaction that was probably wanted. I wanted a whipped icing chocolate cake.
And what'd you get?
My mom, buttercream.
Oh, buttercream. What is wrong with Linda?
I went to the bathroom and cried.
Oh, you went and cried in the bathroom over your cake?
I did. I was so upset. I'm a foodie.
It's funny because this happened when you were 16. How old are you now?
I'm 32.
Yeah, I could see it happening at 32. I could see her getting the wrong
cake. I'm very humble getting gifts now.
Well, Amy, we appreciate you being on the show with us today. Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Pam, thank you for joining us. Have you ever given a gift and not gotten the reaction that you were hoping for? Because that is part of the fun of gift giving.
It is the fun of it. I gave a gift, and in hindsight, there was probably some buildup that I was, adding to the moment. So it was for my mom. It was in a rectangular gold-colored box. So her expectation was probably it was some type of jewelry, like a bracelet or something. Instead, she opened it. It was a little plastic thing, and she didn't know what it was. She was super confused, looked around. Everyone started gasping, holding their face in shock, and she still did not know what it was. And I was trying to announce that I was pregnant for the first time, so she didn't know it was a pregnancy test.
So yeah, instead of jewelry, you gave her the gift of babysitting. Is all she could see. Also, too, all this gift giving is making me remember that we have reindeer games coming up. And usually in the past, it was Gavin and Betty playing against each other to win money, and my money. And this year, we're not doing that. We're doing it a little bit different, where you can actually win the prizes this time with our reindeer games.
Yeah, so Gavin and I are going to be competing, but like Wally said, you could win a prize. If you don't want to miss out on that, just text the word Wally to 91979 and you'll get a reminder on your phone, and that way it'll send you a link and you can go straight to it when we go live. But that will be happening today, so text the word Wally to 91979 and we will send you a link. Growing up in poverty has never been easy for children, but with the added challenges of the pandemic, conflict, and natural disasters, families around the world are facing an unprecedented food crisis. Unfortunately, those who are already hungry are now even more desperate. But by sponsoring a child through compassion, you can help provide life-sustaining essentials such as food and clean water. And with your compassionate support, that child can not only survive, but also flourish. You can find out how and choose a child to sponsor when you click on the compassion banner at wayfm.com.
Uplifting Way FM. If it's trending, streaming, or starring, Betty Rock's got it on The Rock Report.
Most of the time with the holidays, it comes with joy, it comes with happiness, but sometimes that's not the case. I found this list of what's considered the best sad Christmas songs.
Okay, I like where you're going with this.
And there are some out there that you can think of that are pretty sad. So I pulled the top 3 of the saddest songs. Now I'm going to give you a synopsis of what the song is about, and I want to see if you can name the song. Okay, Gavin?
Yep.
All right, name is your buzzer.
Okay.
This coming in at number 3, this song is: a man finds himself all alone without any of his friends. His true love is away, and looking at the lights and trees only makes the loneliness grow stronger.
Whoa. Whoa.
I don't know.
You don't know?
Something about being alone for Christmas. His love is away.
I have no idea.
Grandma got run over by a reindeer.
No, it's the Eagles with Please Come Home for Christmas. Even the intro is sad. So, bless him.
Yeah, I forget this is a Christmas song, honestly. Like,
really?
I like the Eagles, but yeah, I'm like, this sounds like any other Eagles song.
Okay, well, let's try number 2. So this singer deals with heartache and unrequited love after he gave his heart to someone during the holidays last year, only to have it ripped in 2 the very next day.
Wham! Last Christmas I gave you my heart. Yes, Wally, Wham! I got it.
Sorry.
Yes.
So sad.
That is true. Yeah, you don't think that sounds so happy. It's like that's like misleading because that sounds like hey, this is fun. Oh wait,
exactly. And then finally, coming in at number 1, the singer deals with loneliness and heartbreak during the holidays, reflecting on how his Christmas will be horrible without his true love near to celebrate, since she's moved on and now celebrating Christmas with someone new.
Is this one Grandma got run over by a reindeer?
No,
because she moved on.
None of them are Grandma got run over by a reindeer, Gavin. None of these.
No. What's the one that talks about like you haven't moved on, but your other person has?
Is there a Bon Jovi song?
No, this one's super popular.
It's super popular.
Can you give me any other hints?
Yeah.
It has a color in the title.
Oh,
I saw Red by Warren, but that's not a
Elvis.
Christmas.
Is it
Blue Christmas? No.
Oh, okay. Christmas.
Once again, this is such a Christmas staple that I don't think of it as like a sad song, like he's saying that it's blue, without you, you're gone. It's just Elvis's Christmas song, and I love Elvis.
I mean, I'm sure it's good that you see it that way, but when you really dive into the lyrics, they're super sad.
Yeah, well, I came across the saddest Christmas song ever the other day, even sadder than the Christmas shoes. It's called Jesus, Can I Ride My Bike in Heaven? About a sick kid.
I heard you doing that.
Yeah, I'm not even playing a clip of it. It is that sad.
It'll
it's
bring
bad.
a tear to a glass eye. It's that sad.
Because I couldn't help but bring it up. I mean, look it up for yourself if you want to cry this Christmas. Uplifting Way FM. This is the Wally Show. I'm curious if anyone else has a strategy. I try to tell a story with the gifts that I give my wife during Christmas. I label them, and I have a number on each present, like a small number, so I know the order to go in, and so does she. So she'll start at number 1 and work her way through to this year, number 12. And so...
Wow.
Yeah. And then we still have stockings, too.
Wow.
Gifts are a big thing in my house.
Dadgum.
Yeah, and so there's certain things, like I'll start off with something I know she really likes, or something she knows she's getting. So I'll burn those early.
Oh, I see. And you sandwich the ones you're kind of iffy about in the middle?
Exactly.
Smart.
Or I'll sandwich an iffy gift between 2 I know she's going to love.
Smart.
Yeah, to kind of like link them to good feelings.
Right. I think you're not alone in that. I know that I've been in that situation where I've been iffy about a gift that I was giving to someone, just because sometimes not everyone is easy to buy for. Not everyone has cheap taste. Some people have expensive taste, like Wally.
I'm very, very
He wants
expensive.
a drone, and you're like, or a new car, and you're like, how am I supposed to do that?
Or a go-kart.
Right. It's not for me. So sometimes you can have those gifts where you're kind of iffy about them, but you're in luck because that's where we come in to help.
Yeah, so if you're iffy about your gifty, tell us what you're thinking about getting somebody, especially like if you're a woman and you're thinking about getting your husband something, because I think women really struggle with this a lot. Let us know. Gavin and I can be like, yeah, it's a great idea. This is what you should also add to it to make it worth getting him, because I know you're going to not go all the way in.
But I know men can struggle with this too with their wives. Like if you're thinking about giving her a vacuum or a mop or a broom, I can right now tell you that's a no-go.
I got to return.
Unless you've been, unless you've been married for a long time. Because once you get married like 30 years, you're like, oh, cool, I needed that vacuum. And you're like, yeah. Like 7 years in, it's like, why do you hate me?
Right?
I don't work for you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you might have that gift right now that you're like, should I not? Is this good? Is this not?
We'll help you.
We'll help you right now.
855-33-WAY-FM is the number if you want to call because you're iffy about your gifty. So what are you looking at?
I'm looking at a snow shovel that is like a snow-blowing shovel.
I like this.
What's the story behind this present, Teresa? Is it like a hint towards your husband of, hey, you should be out there shoveling the snow?
No, we were looking at gifts at work, and it was like, oh, that looks really cool.
Betty Rock is asking all the wrong questions. Does it have an engine?
It has a battery.
Okay, it has a battery, so it does have a motor. It's motorized.
Yes.
So it will help him not have to just shovel, but it will actually help him clear it by doing it automatically for him.
Yep.
You have hit a slam dunk home
Really?
run. Oh, absolutely. I bought a riding lawnmower. I have a small yard. I hate mowing the yard. And people make fun of me for how big my lawnmower is. I do not care. I don't care about mowing the lawn. I sometimes will be going on a trip. I will be flying out that day, and I'll mow the lawn 40 minutes before I have to leave.
It's like his version of a go-kart.
Yeah, it's absolutely great. You have knocked it out of the park with this one, girl. I would be happy to be your husband getting that this year.
Yay! I feel great about it.
So where are you at?
All right, so I am looking for a gift for my husband. We've been together 13 years, so, with birthdays and Christmases, I'm just struggling on what to get him. He's like a huge sports fan, loves the Dolphins, loves UCF, but how many, sports things can you have?
The answer is, if you're a sports fan, never enough.
No, okay.
I mean, he's made it easy on you by being a sports fan. You can get him anything that has the logo on it. So you said UCF. I'm assuming he went to college there?
He did, yeah.
Okay. I graduated from there as well.
Oh my gosh, wow, that's awesome.
And he loves the Dolphins. I would go with something vintage Dolphins, okay? Because anybody could get some new Dolphins piece of paraphernalia or whatever. But look like back old school Dolphins. Try to find something that's retro and cool looking that he could then display like somewhere in his garage or something. So it's not something new, but it's something vintage.
Yeah, that's a good idea because he actually doesn't have like the old logo, like the old school stuff. It's all the new, I feel like the new logo things. And I like what you said about putting it in the garage so then I don't have to have it in the house.
Yeah, but I knew the house wasn't going to happen. I've already given up that real estate in my house. So I know anything cool I want's going in the garage.
Yeah.
Uplifting Way FM, this is The Wally Show, and Betty is our Scoopy Scooper. She finds things that can make your life a little bit better, and she likes to share them with you because she's a giver.
That's right. And so we're entering into the colder months, and according to the Mayo Clinic, they get roughly around 800,000 reports of people that need medical attention from a slip or fall due to ice.
Oh, okay. The first time I ever experienced ice, I grew up in Florida. So we went skiing for the first time. And my wife, as I'm getting out of the car, we were in North Carolina. She'd lived in the snow before. She goes, hey, you might want to be careful. And before she could get careful out, I slipped. My legs went out from under me. I hit the ground, and I slid under my car. Like, I went worst case scenario for ice on my first experience. I am looking at the underside of my car.
That's rough. So you don't want to end up like Wally and end up in the hospital. There's a simple way to walk on ice, and it's walking like a penguin. So I'm going to take you through the process. Okay, here's how you got to do it. Keep your knees relaxed. Okay, in an active position, so you're ready to react. Okay. Now point your feet slightly outward. Get in the waddle stance. All right. You're going to walk slowly while shuffling your feet. Small shuffle steps are best.
Okay.
Then keep your center of gravity over your feet. So you might be leaning forward just a little bit. The trick is that you want to shuffle steps. They work because of friction and gravity. So the larger your step is, there's more force, and so the greater impact of falling.
Oh.
So keep it shuffling, keep it small, and keep your toes pointed out like a penguin, and you won't fall.
Well, there you go. I've never studied how penguins walk, and it makes total sense to not slip on ice. I saw a guy in the airport doing this. He was walking like that, but he was in the concourse. I'm like, that is so weird. Why is he doing this? It's not slippery. And then he went into the bathroom, and I was like, oh, I get it. It's the same walk. You should do the same walk. I'm almost embarrassed to admit that I didn't realize that song, It's the Most Wonderful Time of the Year, where it said there'll be scary ghost stories and tales of the glories of Christmas's long time ago. I was like, wait, I never really understood that. And I'm like, oh, no, they're talking about A Christmas Carol. And we have our own version of A Christmas Carol. It's called Scrooge, A Christmas Carol. And the cool thing about this one is it's been reworked a little bit to really focus on the hope and the redemption of A Christmas Carol and of the Scrooge character. And really, ultimately, that's kind of what our faith is about, too. So it kind of has that perspective as well. So here's a clip. Check it out.
Is somebody here? I can't be. I locked the front door. Oh. It was nothing but the wind gaming with my mind. A slight discomfort in the stomach. A bad bit of beef, a sour spoon of gruel. Ah!
You were always a devout coward.
Marley? Jacob Marley?
Aye.
But it can't be.
Why do you doubt your senses?
Well, there you go. If you like that, who knows? Maybe it'll be a new Christmas tradition for you. And if you want to check out the entire Scrooge, A Christmas Carol podcast, just text the word Scrooge to 91979 and we will send you a link.
Well, that's the end, but it doesn't have to be. Check out our Aftercast. It's new stuff you didn't hear in the podcast. Be sure to rate us on iTunes as well as connect with us on social media. Just search Wally Show. And if you'd like to join our Facebook group made exclusively for you potties, the link is in the description of this podcast. Thanks to Colorado Christian University Online for supporting what we do.